Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Unmute Lines. We're joined today by another very special guest, SUDS4 Success President Ryland and
Ishan, the Vice President.
Perfect. And I'm joined by my own Vice President, Caleb Zumo.
Hello, everybody.
So good to have you guys on here. So could you guys tell me a little bit more about yourselves and your club?
Okay, yeah. So I'm Ryland Cherry, of course, the president, and me and Ishan and one of the club officers who was in here today, we came up with this idea in our sculpture class, actually. And because we knew our sculpture teacher would be the only person of my teachers that would sponsor us, so we had to do something in lines with art and creativity.
Oh. And as we know, I'm Ishan, and yeah, so it was just a whole process. Like we thought about it in there, and we got sponsored there. So it's like really nice, brings it all together. It's really cool.
That's really cool. I really like to hear that. So how did you guys figure out what exactly it is that you wanted to do within your purpose?
So we knew we wanted to help people some way but also making it a fun experience for us, like with engaging with our creativity and art skills. I had made a soap selling business when I was in like 6th to 8th grade, and that's where I got my knowledge of how to make soap and all of that. So when we were brainstorming ideas, we're like, okay, what could we do that has some form of art, some form of helping people? And we're like, soap, if we give that out for free to homeless people, it's helping with hygiene, and it's also a creative outlet for us.
That's amazing.
That is wonderful. I'm very glad that you were able to find an output to your creativity via something that helps not just yourself, but the entire community as a whole.
Yeah.
So, how exactly do you intend on spreading the word of your club and the purpose of it?
What we were going to do, especially for the teachers and our faculty at school, because we love what they do and how they help our community, we were going to, on teacher appreciation and faculty appreciation, we wanted to make a soap for everybody and deliver them. And then when it comes to giving out to the homeless shelters, we wanted to like contact the owners and all that and ask them when they were available and when we could come in and give them soap and help them out.
Yeah. And in terms of raising awareness of our club, we on our Instagram, we haven't been posting like in the past month, but soon we're going to start posting on like with all of our activities that we're doing and sending pictures of our soaps and the making process and all the fun that happens. And we'll take some pictures at the homeless centers and whatnot and post that all. And I'm just trying to talk to as many people as possible, like word of mouth, to try to get our club spread out and so people know about it.
And then just to add to that, we might also get us some fairs. Now there's like when they like give out, like I saw when I went to the Nocatee Y, for example, there was like a fair and all that. So I saw that people were doing soap, they were giving out to the community. I was thinking next time that happens, we can go there and show what we want to add to the community too.
That's great. Finding some local events to advertise your club. Would you be interested in hosting any events of your own as well to get word around?
Yes, hopefully by the end of the year when our club is bigger, because right now this is our first year, so we're just starting out, so we don't have a lot of people and like a big community in for our club. So hopefully by the end of the year, or maybe even during the summer, we can host our own events. Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect. That's great.
That sounds amazing, actually.
So would you like to add something onto that?
Yeah, sure. For your guys' club, how are you guys trying to reach out to like PVHS students and try to get them to join your club?
So word of mouth. We're trying to tell all of our. We have about 15 like actual members and 32 people on the remind. With that, then we're trying to get them to go and tell all their friends about it, and all of that. So it's just a lot of word of mouth and social media. That's mainly.
Yeah, it's like a big domino effect, honestly.
Definitely. Said, I know that the best word of advertising is through word of mouth, especially during high school.
Exactly.
I could say that from experience. So, how exactly, could you walk me through the process of making these soaps I know you mentioned that you haven't exactly had the chance to make any quite yet, but how exactly do you intend to do that? That's something I'm very curious about. I have no idea how soaps are made.
I'm going to let Ryland take this one because he's the expert in this one field.
So basically we order, it's not like completely from scratch because that involves mixing that's just a dangerous thing to do in a school. We probably wouldn't be allowed to do it. So we do the much safer alternatives. We get some glycerin, probably going to be off of Amazon, It's basically like the soap base. It has all the things you need to be just like hygienic. Like it works as soap itself, but to make it pretty, smell good, and just add just some more stuff into it, so what we'll do is we'll melt down this glycerin in the microwave, and then we'll add our scents, our food safe coloring, and our like additives, which sometimes it's like stuff to add, what's it, exfoliant, whether it be like even like sand particles for one of our beach themed ones, or like oatmeal for our natural oat one. Like we just add different things to make it like exfoliant.
But still safe, obviously,
Yeah.
because I mean, why would you give something out that's
So then we take all of that mixture. This is still liquid, and then we pour it into. We have these molds. It's usually going to be these
silicone molds, right?
yeah, silicone, like rectangular silicone molds. So we pour it in, let it sit overnight. It doesn't have to be cold, just it sits and just hardens by itself. And then the next day we go and we take our soap cutting knives and we just cut it into blocks.
Awesome. That's great.
I love that. Were you guys intending on making any kind of different designs along those? I know you mentioned some kind of themes like beach. That sounds really fun,
Yes.
especially where we live.
We might also order more, but we have different cutting knives. We have one that are like have like little waves in them, one that are like perfectly straight. There's some even the molds we can make heart molds, we can make block molds, we can like circle molds. We just need to get that equipment from Amazon when the dues are paid, and we'll have different shapes, different smells, different kind of everything. It'll be really very cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool. What type of scents do you guys think you guys are going to be doing?
So right now I was thinking like depending on the season. For the winter we're gonna have peppermint scent, of course, and maybe Christmas tree scent. But yeah, just depending on the season. But for our whole year-round ones, we were thinking more of beachy themed ones because we live by the beach. So yeah, so like sea breeze and just what's it called, like ocean, like
Oceany scents?
yeah, oceany scents. Just yeah.
Adding to that, we could also do classic scents, lavender, vanilla, all those herbal scents which smell great.
Yeah, I love that.
Those are some really good scents. I know I love myself anything vanilla scented, so.
And I know I love everything lavender.
So, what really stood out to me about your club when I first heard about it is that they were handmade. And that is something that I really. There's a lot of symbolism that goes behind something that's handmade versus that's like mass produced, I feel like. Which I know is something that the community is going to appreciate once they receive it. So, what has been the process on getting your goal, which is getting the excitement for this club? Because it's a very interesting club. Its symbolism is very important, and it's amazing that you guys are doing this. So how exactly do you get others to be excited about it as well?
Yeah, that's a good question because not everybody's like that does that creative, just like hands-on stuff. And in itself, it is like a pretty like niche club. Yeah, that there are some difficulties that lie in that in trying to get like masses to join. But then again, like we want the people who they truly would be into. We rather have 20 members who like just love it, show up to every meeting, and are always making it, than 70 members who are just there just because they want to just join as many clubs as possible. We're just trying, like in my sculpture class, I'm trying to get, because I know everybody there would be into, that's something that they all be into. So we try to get those people to join and all of their friends. And we're trying to get people who we know or who we think would enjoy that and ask them to do it. And some people don't know they like that. So we just encourage everybody to show up to at least 1 or 2 meetings just to get a feel for it, just because some people have never done art before, so they never know if they like it.
Because honestly, at the end of the day, our club is really at its basics. It's just creativity, helping out our community, and it's people that want to really show like what they like to do, like hands-on stuff. If you don't like to do that, then don't join. Go ahead. But if you like love helping out the community and really getting hands-on in like projects like that, you like it'd be great for you to join because it'd be lovely, honestly, to have more people that like to do that.
Of course, you want members who are passionate joining your club, right?
Yeah, we felt the same way with Lift Up as well. We had our club open to everyone, but I feel like we've had more just a small amount of members come to our meetings versus a large amount, we get it's our first year doing it, and
Yeah, but it's definitely important to have even if I know, for example, FBLA, take FB or maybe not FBLA, any club that says, "Oh, we're gonna have munchkins or whatever," and then no one's paying attention to the meeting because they're all just eating their munchkins. There's like 70 people there. I would much rather have 10, 12 people who are really passionate about the goal, the purpose of a club, rather than just there for the extra, what is it, academic college
Yeah.
stuff
Yeah.
boost. No, I definitely agree with you on that end. So, stepping away from the purpose of your club, how exactly have you handled, Ryland? I know you mentioned you're the president. How exactly have you handled all of the things that come with leadership and organizing stuff for the club and getting word out, social media? I know doing social media stuff isn't easy. I can speak from experience.
So, let's see how in terms of like the leadership of it. So I started this club. But it wasn't just me. It was me and Ishan, and we have two other leading officers. There are two other vice presidents of their respective. We were like the four people who all came up with it and started it. So we talked about it, found out what everybody was the best at. So a person in charge of social media and all of the communication with everybody. Her name's Sophie Copenhafer. Because I don't have Instagram, so I can't really do all the social media stuff. But out of all of us, she's the one who's like the most connected with all that stuff. So she's in charge of sending out all the stuff on Instagram and messaging everybody on Remind and all that stuff to spread the word. Then
She's our marketer.
Yes.
Like she does everything online. It's great because us two and Sasha, which is our other vice president, which does his own field, she's really good at social media. She like markets. She also does the yearbook. So she's
Wow.
great. She's
I
great at
love
all
that.
that. Yeah. If you want to keep going about the other roles.
Yeah, so then his brother Sasha, he is in charge of finance. So he hasn't really actually been able to do anything yet because we're still trying to set up the account. But once the account's set up, he's going to be the one that manages all the money.
And the products.
Yeah, and the products, and he's going to be the one who orders stuff on Amazon and make sure that if we need a fundraiser, he's going to be the one that collects the money from the fundraiser and transfers it to the school's account.
What I do, so I kind of make sure everything's in line. So I would be mostly the person that talks in the meetings. And then I also make sure that my other two vice presidents, like, make sure that they're doing their things. And I mostly just kind of give out information and help out just really any help people need. I'm just the broad so that I can just help everybody make sure everything's on point and we think the club keeps running and we're doing great. And then Ryland, he created the club and if you want to keep talking about what you did to create it.
Yeah, I had spoken earlier about how I had the previous soap making experience, so that's how I came up with that. And just once we started getting the club going, I got my sculpture teacher, Miss Lodra, to go on with it. And every 1 or 2 class periods, I go and talk because she's my teacher, so I go and talk to her about it and just try to get the stuff set up. And we're just trying to work through all the issues that start with creating your own clubs. Yeah.
That's great. Yeah. Is there any challenges that you've come up with in terms of facing leadership so far?
A great example, it's very minute, but our name, that was a whole issue. And it was dramatic. We had people wanting this name, we had others wanting that. And at the end of the day, we asked for a vote from our class in sculpture. And then we found out that SUDS4 Success was just the good brand name, and it was just great.
Yeah, each of our 4 leading officers, we all had different ideas about the club name. Even our advisor, we all had, it was the same general thing, but the exact name we couldn't figure out.
Who came up with SUDS for Success?
It was like a mix of different names because we were going for soap, we were going for suds, we were going for and then for the other part for the success, we were thinking success. It could also be like suds for people. We just wanted something to like that kind of like fit what we wanted.
That captivated all of the different.
Oh, I love it. That's great.
Yeah.
So you got a little bit of a public vote on
Yeah.
the name.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like, what do we think would be the most appropriate name for our club, but also the most interesting that would show people what we do and all
And
of
then
that.
also other problems we've had. No shame for the bookkeeper, but like setting up our school pay. Like Sasha's been working on it with Miss L, and it's just I don't know. It's just been very slow. But
Yeah.
then nothing really else apart from I guess when we setting up the whole club and our whole like fees and all that. Knowing what we wanted, knowing what our sponsor, and knowing a lot of general things that a lot of clubs need to know when starting out. Especially, I think you guys had the same problems too, probably, right?
Yeah, something like that. So I guess my question is, now that you've reminded me, how in I'm assuming that you attended club fair. How did you get your message across to students? Because I remember club fair was so chaotic. You had people
Yeah.
running into each other, running into tables, screaming for their friends.
Yeah.
It was a lot. So how were you able to lock people down into, hey, this is what we do, and all of that in basically an elevator pitch, right? Because you only have 30 seconds to convince them to join your club.
Yes. So we were, conveniently for us, we were put like 2 tables away from FBLA. So there was always a lot of foot traffic from FBLA, the people walking around. So then once they were walking away from FBLA, we had myself and Sophie and just one of our other club members. We were all there. And, hey, we were like just trying to get people. We just wanted to get them to come to see what we were talking about, just not stroll past.
Yeah.
So we would get like a group of 5 people, 5 friends walking at a time. They'd come over and we'd tell them like what we do. We're like, so we make soaps. So if you're creative, if you like helping the community, this might be a good fit for you. And then we just went through the process of what we do, like how we make the soaps. And of course, not everybody's interested. There was quite a bit of people that were just like, oh, this is weird. But the people that were interested, they thought it was really cool. They're like, oh, wow, I can't wait to do it. It seems so fun. And I can't wait to make soaps and help the community.
And then going back up to what you said, how dramatic all the setting it up and all that. I remember because second period we have Miss L, obviously, and we set up the club fair with the tables and all that. We had our names, we put everything down, and then when I went to our fourth period, because we have calc, we had a test that day. So then we had, because we don't have a lunch A, we had to have Sophie and I think one of her friends help her out. And then when the second bite happened and B lunch started, Ryland and I manned the table and Sophie was still there. And then I think Sasha had also like a test she had to get to. So it was just like very stressful. Our whole goal was really just get people at our table and then just word of mouth, just telling them if you're creative and you want to help out the community, just try it out. You could like it at the end of the day. But then there's obviously, like you was saying, not everybody buys into the idea of hands-on work like that.
Yeah, that's awesome. I really love your guys' like overall thing for your whole club. It's great.
So, do you have any vision so far for any long-term effects? I know, like you guys mentioned, it's a new club. You're just getting started. You're just getting started on the process of making soaps. But the way I see it, with your club especially, the sky's the limit. You guys have a brilliant cause, and I know that there are so many people here who would love to hear about your cause. So, have you guys thought about anything maybe outside of just Ponte Vedra High School?
Yes, so where we're going to be distributing the soaps is in downtown Jacksonville, because unfortunately, but that's where the most amount of homeless people are. So we would go there to the homeless centers because that we know that's the way they can, because yeah, again, unfortunately, a lot of homeless people don't actually have access to water. But we know in the homeless center, they give out more amenities for the homeless people. So in the homeless centers in downtown Jacksonville, we know if we give the soaps out there, they'd be able to actually use the soap with sinks and water and hopefully showers.
And then hopefully, I'm going to try to get Sophie and I to create a page, maybe on Google or Safari, like a web page, where it explains even more detail. So we have our Instagram, we might even have a Facebook, and then a Remind and a web page. So we can really start, if people want to go on there and buy soap for a cause, and we donate to us, maybe teachers or even homeless shelters, that would be great.
Yeah, like
and just to take a step up as the club advances.
Yeah, like an online page where we could, when we'll sell the soap, but of course not take any profit. Like use that money to buy more soap stuff to give that out for free and
Yeah, that's awesome. So for you guys, how is it becoming like your team wise question, like freshmen versus seniors and juniors? Like how is that all working for you guys? Who's grade wise? Like how? I know once you guys leave, like what's your plans for your club, like to take over and keep this club alive?
I got a good answer for that, but basically, what I was thinking when we started the club, I was like, at the beginning, I was like, I don't really want freshmen to take over the club when we're gone. But what we've come to the conclusion is that whoever shows us the most dedication, most work, it could be a freshman, it could be, I guess right now, a sophomore that becomes a senior when we're gone. And obviously our whole team wants them to just succeed and continue the brand to like creativity to help out the community and just keep working at it, make it expand more, even out of Florida possibly, to so we can continue making like valuable work for the community.
Awesome.
Do you have anything to add to that, Ryland?
Yeah, no. So next year, not next year, we're gonna be seniors next year, but the year after that, we'll be in college. And Sophie, she's a sophomore right now, so she'll be the president.
Oh, awesome.
And by that time, we'll probably have chosen out our, what's it called?
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna go to a vote. We really want people that are dedicated, because
Yeah.
a vote you can like just sign up just for the college. I'm
Yeah.
like,
But in our senior year, by the end of the year, we'll have chosen our officers for before when we leave, and then that'll be Sophie's officer crew. But then she's gonna be because she's gonna see everybody, so she'll actually choose the president for the next year. Because out of all of the officers, she'll be like, okay, this person that was dedicated, I trust this person the most, so she'll choose them.
Awesome.
That's a really good system to finding a successor for your club because it seems like a popularity vote for me. Hey, if you vote for me to be president, I'll give you like a bunch of... No. So definitely
Not at
you
all.
want someone who you know is going to be dedicated and keeping up with the mission that you work so hard to pursue. So I'm really glad that's the route that you're taking. There we go. Words. So,
So, do you want to
go ahead.
What are your guys' goals for the rest of this year and the next year? Because I know you guys have started your club this year. Like, what are some of your like big time goals that you guys want to hit by the end of this year?
a big milestone for us is just our first kind of delivery to the teachers, faculty, and the homeless shelters. If we can get that, I think the ball is just going to keep rolling, and we're just going to advance into more technical things that we can continue. Like, we might even be able to go to nursing homes and other things like that.
Yeah, we have a friend. He has his own club who, works at a elderly home. He volunteers there. And he was talking to me about it, and he's like, it would be really nice if we gave, because old people appreciate that handmade stuff. So it would be a nice act of kindness if we worked with him and then we gave some of the soaps out to them. And we think they'd really appreciate that as well.
So I think just as the year continues and as we go into senior year, I think it's just building just the foundation, the base, so that when Sophie takes over, or as it continues to build and becomes not a profitable, more like a cultured and a more wise club, we can give out to more people, because the goal is just give out to people and just help out the community. And I keep saying it, but it's like really important for me, at least.
That's good. No, that's the goal, right?
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that people who are watching are now wondering, how can I hear more about your club? Where can we follow on Instagram and such?
Yeah. So our Instagram it's just type in the name. It's SUDS4 Success with a 4 is the number 4. But yes, so right now that's all that we have that's like widely available to everybody. I know the remind wouldn't really be useful to.
If you're not in high school.
Yeah.
Do we have a Facebook?
No, we do not.
No. But as the year goes on, I think if we can get a web page and a Facebook and even more things, then it'll be a lot more widespread, and we'll be able to have more people, more soaps, and more help for
So my question for you guys are, can you guys still accept members? Are members still welcome to come in even later in this year?
Members will be welcome throughout the whole year. And as it goes for the, what's it called? The club dues, I believe those are going to be closed on December 1st because she's not able to keep it open for the whole year. So after that, the problem will be club members not paying dues, but we'll find a workaround around that. So we might reopen it in March for a week or something like that. And in the meantime, they can maybe give money to a fundraiser or something to show that they're still paying, because it might seem unfair to others that they had to pay, but others didn't. Yeah. Yes.
Definitely.
You guys have an amazing cause and an amazing club, and I cannot wait to hear more about like your guys' future and see your guys' success for success for our such for success.
Success for subs for success.
Yes. It's tongue twister.
And I personally didn't remember that you had the 4 in the Instagram. That was fun. I like that. That was very creative. So
This is awesome seeing your guys' mission and stuff. It's been great.
it was great having you guys here, and follow them on Instagram. Thank you guys so much. Do you
Yeah,
wanna do
this
it?
was amazing. You want to do it?
You want to do an outro? I
Yeah.
had to do it by myself the other time.
What is it?
Unmute your mind, lift up the world.
Okay.
All right, you got it. It's the tongue twister.
Alright, I'm gonna do the beginning of our outro. Okay, restarting now.